Betray the main character in an isekai? Yeah, that's usually a career-ending decision. Today, we're counting down 10 isekai where backstabbing the MC wasn't just a mistake, it was the worst choice imaginable. Grab snacks. This gets petty, brutal, and absolutely god-tier. Number 10, The Rising of the Shield Hero. You think this is just another summoned hero saves the kingdom story? Yeah, that's the lie. We begin with number 10, and Naofumi's betrayal is the kind that makes your blood boil. Falsely accused, socially executed, stripped of dignity, the first episode feels suffocating. The colour palette even shifts colder, like the world itself is rejecting him. And that OST, heavy strings, slow percussion, it sounds like resentment building in real time. But here's the twist. The betrayal doesn't break him, it reforges him. Watching Naofumi rebuild from literal rock bottom, grinding levels with Raftalia is peak aura farming. The shield-only combat forces creative fights. No flashy sword beams, just tactical counters and rage simmering beneath every move. And when the tables start turning, the emotional payoff hits different. It's not loud revenge, it's earned respect. Number 9, Arifureta. From commonplace to world's strongest. What happens when your own teammate drops you into a dungeon to die? Moving on to number 9. Hajime's fall is literal. Betrayed, abandoned, left in darkness. The early episodes feel claustrophobic. The monster designs are grotesque, the sound design is sharp and metallic, and the transformation scene? Straight up body horror, glow up. Here's the twist. This isn't a slow redemption arc, it's a rage-fueled evolution. Hajime doesn't come back hopeful, he comes back strapped. Guns, railguns, deadpan menace. The animation leans into explosive fights once he resurfaces, and the tonal shift is wild, from bullied classmate to dungeon terminator. And the way he carries himself afterward? Calm, cold, zero tolerance. You can feel the emotional scar tissue in every interaction. If you enjoy edgy power fantasy, where betrayal creates a walking weapon, buckle up. This is unapologetic, chaotic energy. Number 8, Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy. Imagine getting summoned as a hero, then the goddess takes one look at you and says, "Nah!" Now looking at number 8, this betrayal is divine-level disrespect. Makoto is discarded for being ugly, tossed into the wastelands. But here's the twist. That exile is the best thing that ever happened to him. The vibe shifts immediately. The open landscapes feel serene but lonely. Then boom, dragons, demiplanes and city building with absurdly loyal followers. The comedy hits hard, but the power scaling? Sneaky insane. Makoto's fights are clean and efficient. When he gets serious, the soundtrack goes heavy, almost mythic. And the way side characters react to his overwhelming presence? Chef's kiss. If you like OP protagonists who build their own empire after getting disrespected, this one is your comfort food with a side of dominance. Number 7, Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. What if the useless skill everyone laughs at is actually broken? Number 7 is pure petty revenge fuel. Memori gets labelled trash and literally thrown away. The betrayal is quick, cruel and dismissive. No dramatic speeches, just cold disposal. But here's the twist. His status effect magic is disgusting. The atmosphere feels darker than most classroom isekai. The lighting leans shadowy, and when his abilities activate, the tension spikes. Paralysis, poison, instant kill mechanics, it's less flashy and more terrifying. He doesn't scream about justice, he calculates. The emotional tone is colder, more methodical. Watching him hunt down those who discarded him feels like watching a quiet storm build pressure. If you enjoy calculated revenge with minimal mercy and maximum efficiency, don't sleep on this. It's low-level spell supremacy. Number 6, the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. What if you're reincarnated not to be the hero, but to kill one? Now we're at number 6. The betrayal here is political, divine, and layered. Lug is chosen by a goddess with one mission: eliminate the future hero before catastrophe strikes. Here's the twist. This isn't brute force power fantasy, it's precision. The animation during assassination sequences is sleek and composed. Magic feels tactical, almost scientific. Lug's calm demeanor makes every confrontation feel like chess, not chaos. And when betrayal inevitably surfaces around him, he's already 5 moves ahead. There's this cool detachment in the direction, muted tones, elegant camera angles that makes the violence feel deliberate. Number 5, The Dungeon of Black Company. You ever get isekai'd just to end up in corporate hell. Number 5 flips the script. Kinji isn't betrayed by a person, he's betrayed by capitalism itself. Enslaved by a dungeon mining company, the vibe is chaotic satire. Here's the twist. He's not heroic, he's greedy. And it's hilarious. The exaggerated expressions, fast comedic timing, and absurd schemes make every episode feel unhinged in the best way. When he flips the power structure, it's not through noble sacrifice, it's through manipulation. The soundtrack is playful, but the undertone is surprisingly sharp. If you like chaotic heroes gaming the system and clawing back control, this one's criminally underrated chaos. Number 4. Spirit Chronicles. What if your childhood trauma follows you into another world? Number 4 hits different emotionally. Rio is constantly displaced, socially, emotionally, spiritually. Betrayal isn't loud here, it's isolating. Here's the twist. His power growth is tied to identity. The show leans into serene landscapes and soft lighting, contrasting with sudden bursts of fluid combat. The emotional weight sits heavy. You feel Rio's quiet loneliness. When he surpasses those who underestimated him, it feels earned, not flashy. If you like slow burn character arcs with emotional payoff and elegant fights, this is your jam. Number 3, The Fruit of Evolution. Before I knew it, my life had it made bullied, mocked, teleported without you. Sound familiar? Number 3 starts goofy. Seiichi is abandoned by classmates. But here's the twist. It turns into absurd power escalation. The tone is chaotic, colourful, borderline parody. And yet, the evolution sequences go hard. Monsters become allies, situations spiral hilariously, the betrayal becomes irrelevant fast because Seiichi skyrockets past everyone. If you want light-hearted revenge, glow-ups with ridiculous energy, this is pure fun. Number 2, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. What if the summoners get outplayed instantly? Number 2 is dominance comedy. Diablo is summoned as a slave, except his reflection magic flips the spell back. Here's the twist. Socially awkward gamer trapped in max-level demon body. The fights are flashy, colourful, explosive, the humour is bold, and when enemies underestimate him, vaporised. If you love overwhelming power with confident swagger, this one's addictive. Number 1, Redo of Healer. You thought betrayal arcs were intense before? Nah, this is nuclear. Number 1 is raw, controversial, and brutally uncomfortable. Kiaru's suffering is graphic and prolonged. The tone is dark, almost oppressive. Here's the twist. His revenge is methodical and merciless. The atmosphere is heavy. The soundtrack feels sinister. Every confrontation is charged. This isn't casual viewing. It's intense, polarizing, and absolutely ruthless. If you want zero mercy revenge fantasy with no emotional breaks, this is the extreme end of the spectrum. All right, which betrayal hit hardest for you? Did I rank this right, or am I about to get cooked? Drop your takes below. And if you know another savage revenge isekai I'm watching,